Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am a life coach who helps you with stress management, improving your life, and everything around personal development. And on this channel, we do discuss topics which will help you to improve your life in a better way. So if you are interested in all these topics, then do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, we are going to discuss how to stop doom scrolling, which is that you keep scrolling continuously, whether it is on Instagram or on YouTube. And then you see that your screen time has extended to like 6 hours and 7 hours. And the inspiration for today's video I got from two places. One, I saw a news channel, a very renowned news channel and news reporter talking about how doom scrolling is incorporating certain kind of trauma and affecting your mental health in a big way. It is increasing the amount of stress in people's life. And second thing, I personally saw myself where my screen time was very, very high few months ago, and now I have reduced it by a very large amount. There has been a significant reduction in my scrolling, especially on Instagram. So I'm a person who just cannot say that I will not be on social media because my whole work is on social media, whether it is YouTube or Instagram. And under the name of finding creative ideas, I was scrolling a lot on Instagram. So first thing you need to identify is that what are you telling yourself while you're scrolling? Okay. Are you telling yourself that I have just come from office, I need to relax a little bit, so let me scroll? Or are you telling yourself that I need to find some creative inspiration for my content and I am scrolling? So catch yourself finding any excuse to stay very, very long time on social media. That's the first thing. Second thing is, whenever you're trying to escape from certain things in your life, or you are trying to escape from one thing in your life, you will see that you are indulging in something that is addictive. That can be food, that can be something as harmless as social media, harmless that we think. We think that indulging in food is also not harmless, but these things pile up to form very difficult emotional health problems, mental health problems, physical health problems, even if they are not very harmful as addictions that we think about. We think addictions are just addictions of alcohol and smoking and other substances, but social media and food and some other things can be equally addictive. So find out what problem you need to resolve in your life that you're running away from. And if you need any help in going through that challenge, then you can definitely book a personal consultation with me, and let's see how we can figure things out together so that you can move forward in your life and create a life that you love. So you'll find the link to book the personal consultation in the description. Next point, ask yourself, when is the time that I scroll most on social media? Is it in the morning after I get up, or is it before going to bed, right? And that particular time, you have to replace it with something either which is productive or which is enjoyable but not taxing on your mental health or emotional health. And I'm going to give you a few options. Let's say that you're finding yourself that you're scrolling in the morning time, okay? Because you don't know just after you wake up what is that one wonderful thing that you can do. You can replace that scrolling of the morning time by working out, exercising, going to the gym if you love that. Or the best options, you can read books. You know, some people enjoy reading in the morning, some people enjoy reading at night. So whether you're scrolling in the morning or you're scrolling at night, books are going to be your best friends, which can help you to actually calm yourself down. If you see, when you're reading a book, after some time, when you're reading, you're engrossed into it. Your focus is there in the book. And after some time, you get into that place where you can fall asleep, right? So if you're reading, whether it is, especially it is at night, you can read such kind of books which can make you fall asleep. And if it's in the morning, you can read something that is more motivating, that can give you more kind of energy boost. So having something interesting either in your morning routines or in your night routines can definitely help. Now, the most people that I know have the habit of doom scrolling at night. And we usually say that I need to relax. But your scrolling is not actually relaxing you, but giving you more dopamine, giving you, those hormones which will keep you even more awake at night. So you need to do something which is soothing, right? So any kind of skincare routine, any kind of self-care routine that can really put you in a more gentle mode will help you out. One of the favorite things that worked out really well for me. So every night which I feel that I'm not feeling like sleeping and I want to relax more and I am finding myself on social media, I do this. I absolutely love painting a mandala, and it is so soothing and so relaxing, and it takes so much of your time and so much of your attention, and there are so many details into it that you have to focus on it. And people who love creative things, people who are into art, are going to enjoy this particular activity. So find out for such things that you can do which are not toxic for your mental health. In fact, whether it is mandala painting or reading, they're going to be very, very soothing for your mental health. And reading as a habit, it has a butterfly effect on your life. So if you become a person who has got the habit of reading, now of course you got the information from different kind of sources, your focus is improved, your language improves, your knowledge improves. There are hundreds of benefits of reading. So get into habits that have a butterfly effect in your life, whether it's reading, whether it's working out, all of those things. And whenever you touch your phone, I've got this thing which really helped me. I remind myself, why did I touch my phone? What did I want it to do on my phone? Did I want it to reply to an email? Did I want it to post my content on social media? And even if I'm scrolling on Instagram, I have put on timers, I have put on reminders which tell me that this much time is over or you need to take a break. And one thing that I constantly do is that after every pause that I take in a day, I check how much time I have spent on Instagram, because most of the time I am on Instagram out of all the platforms that I use. So I check. And if I see that, okay, this is the bar that I had decided for myself and it is filling up, I remind myself, I get conscious of it that I'm not going to touch my phone now. So even if my whole business is on Instagram, on YouTube, I don't have to waste hours and hours on these platforms to actually say that I'm getting something productive out of those platforms. The best thing that I like about these platforms are that become the creator instead of consumer. When I was just a consumer on social media, when I was just consuming content, it wasn't that fruitful for me or productive for me. But when I started YouTube or other social media platforms for creation, where I could create something, I could add in something, those platforms switch to a place which can give me more than taking a lot from me or being very, very taxing on my mental health or physical health. This does not apply to everyone. I know a lot of people who don't want to come on social media and they like it that way. And if you like it that way and it works for you, it's absolutely fine. You don't have to come on social media. So that was all about today, guys, and hope to see you in the next video.